Hey guys, it's Jeremy again, and I am back again to do a book review, and the book that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today will be on Insurgent by Veronica Roth. This is the second book in the Divergent series. That is the awesome cover, and I apologize for the glare. That is the spine, the back, and the side. It's a really big book. And as per usual, I'm going to start with reading the inside synopsis of the book with the cover thing. One choice can transform you, or it can destroy you, but every choice has consequences, and the unrest surges in the factions all around her. Tris Pryor must continue trying to save those she loves and herself while grappling with haunting questions of grief and forgiveness, identity and loyalty, politics and love. Triss's training day should have been marked by celebration and victory with her chosen faction. Instead, the day ended with unspeakable horrors. War now glooms as conflict between the factions and their ideologies grows, and in times of war, sides must be chosen, secrets will emerge, and the choices will become even more irrevocable and even more powerful, transformed by her own decisions, but also haunting grief and guilt, radical new discoveries, and shifting relationships. Tris must fully embrace her divergence, even if she does not know what she may lose by doing so. As I said before, this is the second book in the Divergent series by Veronica Roth. This book was epic. This is the epitome of an epic read. I'm just going to move this down a little bit. This book was a mindfuck. Not gonna lie. I thought I knew what this book was gonna have in store for me, but this book blew me away. Yes, this book is extremely big. Yes, it's 525 pages, but the chapters are no more between between 5 and 7 maybe-ish pages. So the pace of the book goes by really, really nice and really, really fast. This was one of the most action-packed, thrilling books I've ever read, and oh my gosh, this was the book that got me back into reading. So you guys can thank this book, because I'm already reading another book at the moment already. Yay, I'm so excited. This book continues immediately after the end of Divergent, which I love. I love books that do that. Before I really begin, I will have to say I do have to mention things that happen in Divergent, just because so I can kind of get you guys to understand what's going on in this book, to mention just a few things that happened at the end of Divergent. So if you haven't read Divergent, I do recommend you read that book before you watch my review of this book, or at least see the Divergent movie, and then you'll kind of understand a little bit more. So yes, this book picks up immediately after the end of Divergent with Tris and Four and Caleb and all of our other characters that survived the massive battle that happened at the end of Divergent on the train heading away from Dauntless. Because a massive war has begun. Massive war, because Janine is doing everything in her possible to try to find the Divergent and kill them. She views them as a major threat to the factions, that they are a chemical mistake, a very bad thing, and should not exist in her so-called perfect, erudite leader, whatever. I really don't like Janine. I'm going to start out by saying that. I hated her. But she's also really, really fun character. I actually liked her a lot in this book, because we kind of got to know her more. We also got to see her more as well. But this book has a lot of intensity in it. We really get to dig deep into the relationship between Tris and Four. Her decisions very much drives this series. I would actually say that her decision to go to Erudite headquarters was definitely the more pivotal roles in this book, because it really opens up to a lot of this world. What's going on? What's the secrets Erudite is hiding? What's going on? There are twists and turns all the time. There is betrayals. There is friendships building. We also got to know a lot more about the factionless in this book, which kind of made me smile a lot. Their stories were so interesting, and how they viewed the factions and the world, and how they have to live because of the factions, and it was just really interesting to read. One of my other characters, because there's a lot of grief in this book, because Triss, she lost her parents. They died trying to save her at the end of Divergent. Sorry for that tiny little bit of a big spoiler alert there. But like I said, everybody knows that if you've at least read the book or seen the movie. But I just, this book wowed me at so many times. If I had to say one word of this book, like, just like one word, if I had to say, describe this book in one word, that word would be intense. That is exactly right. This book was so intense and so twisted that the ending is so cliffhangery, but I already have the last book, so I'm not too worried about it. But it was cruel ending. It was so cruel. It's one of the most, God, I want the next book right now kind of endings, which I do, so I'm okay. But oh my gosh, I just cannot get over how amazing this series was. And also, reading this book also made me realize how fun reading really is. This book made me just realize how much fun reading can be, and it made me really, I loved Triss in this book. She was kick-ass, as she is always. Oh my gosh, there's one scene in this book that I just absolutely loved. And if you guys really want me to tell you, I'll do it at the very, very end, because I don't want to give it away, because it is a huge spoiler, or at least it is to me. I loved this book. There is so much going on. So much happens in this book. For a book that is only 525 pages, so much happens in this book. Wow. Powerful words happen in this book. And I really loved everything. I love Four. He is one of my favorite characters, and if you guys didn't get that when I reviewed Divergent just about a few minutes ago, I definitely enjoyed this book. But the overall thing is, they want to find out why Janine and Erudite attacked Abnegation. They want to know why they did that simulation, and they want to know why they wanted so much control, and they wanted to know why they attacked Abnegation. That's the major answers, and we do get the answers to them in a way in this book, but I'm not going to spoil it, because it is a mindfuck of answers. It is so good and so amazing. I'm sorry if I'm like really geeking out, but it's been a while. It's been a long time since I loved a book this much. And it's amazing. It is an amazing, 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 amazing book that I just cannot stop loving. It is a great world, and I think the world that Veronica Roth has created is so amazing. I loved it. I thought it was genius. I don't hate me, guys. Please don't hate me, but I definitely enjoyed this, or am enjoying this series a lot more than The Hunger Games, just because I feel like the story is better to me. Not that I'm comparing them to, because I'm not, but I kind of felt like, I kind of felt like this series is more character-driven, where The Hunger Games is more that society and the games and the rule and everything that, you know, President Snow has incorporated. I feel like that is more of a world-building series, and this is more character-driven series. And I just, well, I mean, yes, those books are in first person. They're all in Katniss's perspective, but I feel like this one was just a little bit more relatable, and I could really understand a lot more what was going on in the series and the story, and so I really enjoyed this book. The moment I picked up this book, something crazy, epic, and action-packed was happening. So that is my review of Divergent by Veronica Roth, and this is a thick book. I will have to say it is a big, thick one, but it does help when the text is like this. It doesn't take long. I flew through this huge book in a matter of days. But as always, I'm going to read you what it says on the back. One choice. A choice becomes a sacrifice becomes a loss becomes a burden becomes a battle. One choice can destroy you. Oh man, that was just intense just reading that. That totally set a fantastic tone of this book. I'm so scared to read Allegiant, you guys. I'm so terrified because everybody has told me that they've ended up crying their eyes out in the end, and I'm not emotionally prepared for it. This is one of my absolute new favorite series of ever. It is just so awesome. But let me know what you thought of Insurgent. Let me know if you guys thought it was just a lot more action-packed and a lot more intense than the first one was, because this book is, I have a feeling this is definitely my favorite book in the series so far. I don't know, I still have Allegiant to read, but that's my review of Insurgent by Veronica Roth. She's got quite the name, Veronica Roth. But I loved it. I don't do star ratings, but I did give this 5. If you are just curious, I gave the same thing to Divergent. So that's my review of Divergent by Veronica Roth, and I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Once again, I hope I said something in this review that would make you want to pick it up. And the scene that I'm talking about is the scene where Eric dies. That's basically all. I love where Triss stabs him in the stomach with that knife. Oh my gosh, epic. 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 So that's my review. I will see you guys in my next video, which will be my Fault in Our Stars movie review as well as my Divergent movie review. But I'll do my Divergent movie review first and then my Tipios movie review. So I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Read something epic like this, or read Divergent, or Insurgent, or Allegiant, or 4, or something amazing in this world. So I will see you guys in my next video, and until then, stay awesome. I love you guys so much, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.